Hello my angling friends and welcome back to the channel. It's your fishing buddy here, ready to dive deep into what the waters of Ireland have in store for us on this, the 12th of January 2026. Now I know what some of you are thinking, January in Ireland? That sounds chilly. And you'd be right, it certainly will be, but don't you dare put away your gear just yet. This particular day holds some intriguing possibilities. A blend of challenges and unexpected rewards that could make for a truly memorable trip. So, stick around because we're going to break down all the weather, water, and lunar secrets to help you land that dream catch. Trust me, by the end of this you'll know exactly how to tackle the conditions and turn a potentially tough day into a fantastic one. This Monday, with its unsettled weather and a hint of promise, is shaping up to be quite the unique day on the Irish waters. Let's talk tactics and species, because knowing what's biting and where to find them is half the battle. Based on the conditions, this day definitely favours the patient and prepared angler. First up, and always a winter favourite, is the Pike. My friends, these freshwater predators absolutely don't mind the cold one bit. On the 12th of January, they'll be actively cruising the larger lofts and slower-moving rivers across Ireland. From my experience, you'll want to focus on deeper water, especially along drop-offs, any remaining weed beds that still offer cover, and submerged features like old river bends or sunken trees. Why? Because the colder water pushes their prey and them to these thermal refuges and ambush points. For tackle, a sturdy spinning setup with larger lures like soft plastics or swim baits in natural colours, or even dead baiting with mackerel or smelt will be your best bet. A little tip: work your lures slowly with plenty of pauses. The fish are less active, so they need an easy meal. Next, for those dedicated and brave enough, we have the majestic Atlantic salmon, specifically the early-running springers. January 1st traditionally marks the opening of the salmon season on a handful of Ireland's iconic rivers, such as the Drowse in the northwest. These fish are true fighters and are often some of the largest of the season. You'll need to target deeper pools and runs, especially those with good holding water after any recent rains. Fly fishing with heavy flies like a willy gun or a black and orange, or spinning with classic salmon lures like a Toby or a flying sea can be productive. The key here, from my experience, is immense patience and a deep understanding of your chosen river. These early fish are often just moving through, so it's all about being in the right place at the right time. They're responding to increasing water levels and slight temperature changes, pushing them upstream. And let's not forget our sea anglers. The winter months, even with the cold, can offer some surprisingly good sport for species like cod and whiting. Head to your favourite coastal marks, particularly those with deeper water and rocky outcrops. Baited rigs with lugworm, ragworm, or squid fished hard on the bottom can yield excellent results. These hardy species are less affected by the cold air temperatures than their freshwater cousins and will be actively feeding in the colder sea. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty of the conditions, the why behind the what. Weather-wise, for the 12th of January 2026, Ireland is going to be under the influence of Atlantic low pressure, bringing generally unsettled conditions. We're expecting spells of rain and showers throughout the day, with above-average rainfall across the country. Air temperatures will be around normal in the west and slightly above average in the east. In Dublin, for example, we're looking at a high of about 12 degrees Celsius and a low of around 8 degrees Celsius, which is a bit milder than the usual January average. There's still potential for some nighttime frosts in more sheltered inland areas. This combination of low pressure and rain generally means fish might be less active and hold deeper, as the changing pressure can make them uncomfortable, and increased water levels provide more cover. 4. Water temperature. The sea around Ireland in January typically hovers around 9 degrees Celsius. Inland loughs and rivers, as expected, will be much colder, likely in the range of 4 to 7 degrees Celsius. This is a critical factor. Fish metabolism is directly tied to water temperature, making slow, deep tactics absolutely essential. They're conserving energy, so a slow, enticing presentation is key. Looking up at the sky, the moon phase on the 12th of January 2026 will primarily be a waning crescent, with an illumination of around 30 to 37%. Popular fishing lore often suggests that the bite can slow a bit in the waning crescent phase, especially as it moves closer to the new moon. However, stable pressure can sometimes offset this for predatory species, so it's certainly a factor, but not the only one. Overall fish activity. For the 12th of January, we'll be on the capricious to average side across Ireland. The cold water temperatures and unsettled weather will generally slow things down, but the slightly milder air temperatures in the east and the presence of low pressure could offer a glimmer of hope for predators. Predatory species like pike and early salmon, along with hardy sea species, are still very much catchable if you adapt your tactics. So, my friends, my assessment for the bite on this day is capricious to average. The combination of Atlantic low pressure bringing rain, cold water temperatures and a waning moon will make it tricky, but the resilience of winter pike and the early season drive of spring salmon mean there are definite opportunities for those who brave the conditions and fish smart. That's your forecast for the 12th of January 2026. I wish you all tight lines and good luck out there. Remember, every day on the water is a good day, especially when you're armed with knowledge. If you found this helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future forecasts and tips. And tell me in the comments below, what are your go-to winter tactics in Ireland? What's the biggest pike or salmon you've ever landed in January? Share your stories and help out your fellow anglers. Until next time, stay safe. Until then, ní an éireabol ná scalaí, that's no tail, no scales in Irish.